Hello there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, it's not looking good for Goldberg ahead of his WWE retirement match.
A falling out between The Rock and WWE ahead of WrestleMania 40 has been revealed.
The betting favourites for Money in the Bank are in.
And a bit of a backstage update on how everyone in AEW feels about Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
All right, after a very unserious morning video, we're here with some actual stories for you. The first one is from Goldberg. His training for his retirement match in WWE sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Understandably, he's 58 years old. I better double check that actually, because I don't want to age Goldberg up.
Yeah.
But
certainly up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But the gist of this is that the man is having... Yeah, he's 58. The gist of this is that the man is having a bit of a tough time in training, as he is revealed on CarCast, where they talk about Ford Fiestas all day, the best car in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he's been injured a few times in his training and he's been quite limited in some capacities as well. So I'm going to read to you some stuff from Big Bad Bill, who, by the way, I'm a big Bill mark.
Yeah.
I love Goldberg, even though sometimes they bring him in and he's a bit useless. But it's part of the fun. To me. So he said, I know the date of my retirement match. No one else knows the date public-wise, so at my age, you obviously have to do a lot of different things to get yourself prepared for what I'm about to embark upon. And I mean, it's uncharted water because not many people my age have done this. And I'm not just showing up to show up. I need to show up and be me. And I've tapped into me a little bit more as of late with my training. With all the injuries and with my age, it makes it extremely difficult to get prepared without going overboard. He continued, I've hurt myself a couple of times in the past 3 months, but I pulled back and it's really tough to have the mentality I do, but to have the body I do now with the mileage on it and then go to the Muay Thai gym and hit the pads and not go crazy and then blow your shoulder out and blow your bicep out and pull your hamstring from throwing a high kick. That's a huge balance, and I've been in the ring a couple of times. So it sounds like Big Goldberg is getting a bit banged up because he's 58 years old. Of course he is. Now he continues again. It says, I'm extremely limited because of my left knee. I can't run. I mean, I can run. Funny sentence. But it hurts. So I'm not going to exacerbate the pain by going out and running. I'm on a sprint bike and I'm doing different stuff for my cardio. The kickboxing doesn't hurt that much because I'm not running. But you find ways around things. And I mean, the scenario's not perfect by any stretch, but you got to work around stuff. So yes, if you are a man of that age, size, and wear and tear, prepping yourself hard for a retirement match, even though the retirement match realistically is only going to be about 5 to 8 minutes long. Yeah, it's going to take a toll on the guy. Sounds like he's putting it, like, Goldberg has said some silly things over the past year or so, but it legitimately sounds like he's trying really hard to make this thing memorable.
Yes.
So I can't fault him in any of this, really. We don't know who he's getting. Gunther's been mentioned a lot, but look, fair play. He's putting in the effort, and you don't know if it'll pay off until the bell rings, but I hope it does because he's had a very memorable career.
Yes.
Even if the last kind of part of it hasn't been for everyone. Good luck to him, man.
Yeah, horrible to hear a story like this. Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit lethargic, after news and what have you. I need something to... Hang on one second, I'm just going to hype myself up to talk about this story. Oh, Jesus! How does he do that? Yeah, sorry. So Goldberg, look, like you say, understandably, he's 58. Yeah. How many other sportsmen in this sort of arena? I'm sure you can knock a golf ball about or whatever and play snooker and stuff like that, but this is different gravy. Yeah. And in a way, it weirdly might play into the match nicely. Like, I don't think he should face Bron Breakker for the exact reason he laid out there. I don't want Bron Breakker and Goldberg
kill him.
Should be just sort of limping around the ring.
Yeah.
But if it's Gunther, he's a bit of a bastard. And him being like, you're old, I'm going to isolate body parts, I'm going to really torture you in there. And it's the kind of the guy we want to see Goldberg face. And it's a good person for him to go out on his back against, in my opinion. I think he should lose this final match.
Yeah,
as much as I love Goldberg, like you say. Yeah. We have a nice hope spot with a spear and hopefully a jackhammer in there, but I think the whoever it is, the newer star should go over Goldberg. It's a hell of a feather in the cap to say you've retired Goldberg. For example.
Retired Goldberg, yeah.
Will it be at SummerSlam? Like, in terms of everyone's calendars, disregarding how his injury status, it does kind of work quite well. Because in my opinion, I think I'm not going to go into full details here. Check out the podcast for more on this. I think Gunther fails in his challenge to regain the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso on Monday night. And there is where, Gunther can come in. You can build to a huge match at SummerSlam. You got 2 nights at the end of the day. Yeah. And this would be a phenomenal match to put on there. But he was old enough when he came back the last time. Everyone was like, "Oh, is he going to be able to go?" And then he had that phenomenal matches probably with Brock Lesnar, obviously. But that was how many years ago now?
Yeah, that
10
was
years ago.
2016, 2017. So it's a long time ago already.
So, and it's been a mixed bag since then. We all remember the Taker match. We all remember the Fiend match. Fond memories of like Dolph Ziggler, for example. I like that match.
It was a good squash.
It's a squash.
Yeah, he kicked his ass.
But
poor Dolph.
I don't need him coming back and going 100% toe to toe with Gunther, for example. But him being like, Gunther challenging him because they've got a bit of history. Obviously, when he did the whole thing like, I actually prefer Goldberg to Bret Hart. Actually, no, I hate both of them when they're both in attendance. But I hope he's all right, and I hope he does get to do this because it's fair play to him. He's complete within his rights, aside from wanting to do this for his own person. He's complete within his rights to be like, I'm old, I've got enough money, see you later.
Yeah, absolutely. He could easily just not do this, but he clearly wants to, so fair enough. We'll see how it goes. We'll see who the opponent is.
Don't headbutt any doors before it.
Yeah, don't headbutt a door. We've had enough of that. Yeah, just no more concussions before the match.
Maybe a motivational tape instead to get you hyped up.
There you go, fired up.
You can do it, Bill!
Hit a spear. Like the match should begin with Goldberg hitting a spear.
Yes.
And then
a copy-paste of the Brock. Yeah, I love that.
But then ultimately he loses because he's Goldberg. He's old. It's time to go out. It'd be funny if he came out and he'd been on the stem cells and it's like 1999 Goldberg. Imagine it just bulldozes someone. That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
I think he should be double champion. Actually,
comes out with like cyborg body. Like, hell yeah, brother, let's go. Goldberg's back, baby. Oh boy. Anyway,
but I think Gunther's the right match.
Cyborg, yes.
Let's do it.
Agreed.
Right. Let's get our teeth into this story then, shall we? So, we talked a little bit about The Rock on the morning news, and some more interesting details have come out with regards to a bit of a tiff between WWE and The Rock on the road to WrestleMania 40, not this year's, last year's, of course, where he's heavily involved in the main event picture. This is courtesy of a great interview by Courtaholics Tom Campbell. Shout out to the Courtaholic boys, of course. He was chatting to former WWE NXT star Wolfgang. And if you're unaware, Wolfgang, a part of Gallus, obviously Gallus were involved in training The Rock to get ready for WrestleMania 40, and this is where the story sort of comes from. Wolfgang says, there's a whole backstory. They arrived on Monday night, this is in Los Angeles, to help train Dwayne. Tuesday was supposed to be day 1, Wednesday day 2, and if they needed Thursday, they could use it there as well. So they turn up on Monday, Tuesday, nothing happens. And that is where the rumours start, according to Wolfgang. There was a bit of a falling out about, you come pick me up in your private plane. No, you come pick me up. I'll be here, you come get me. So Tuesday was scrapped. They couldn't get off the runway. There was a problem with the plane. And then myself, Mark and Joe got a free day in Los Angeles.
Fair.
It was a fantastic day. To be honest, I think it was someone big league in the other one. I think it was a case of, no, I don't drive to you, you collect me. That's the way I like to think it was. But regardless, the boys and I got a free day in LA. So not all bad news. Yeah. But to boil it down, everyone's got private jets, obviously. Dwayne wanted WWE to pick him up in their private jet, and they went, no, you're The Rock, just fly here in your private jet. And there was a bit of a dick measuring contest in that, according to Wolfgang, at least.
What a nonsense.
It all came together in the end, I suppose.
Yeah. What a stupid diva reason to disagree. Oh no, you have to fly your private jet.
That's why I'm sometimes late for the news.
Yeah.
Andy, where's my car?
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
It's the most first world problems, isn't it?
Only the richest twats in the world have this problem.
Yeah. Maybe they came to a compromise. I'll fly my private jet halfway, and then you pick me up in your private jet.
Let's make it clear. If you have an argument over who's picking up who in their private jet, you are a twat.
Yeah.
And look, I like The Rock a lot. I love the chaos. I love it when he comes back and messes everything up. I'm a big fan of that. I think it makes our jobs so much more interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can absolutely see him going, no, I'm not flying my jet. Imagine he's the pilot. Broom, broom. That's the noise.
I'm expensing the fuel to you.
yeah, I'm putting my
and
mileage.
I'm going to have some pretzels on the flight.
You got a purchase order for that, Dwayne? That's ridiculous. I
I think
remember...
the closest we've ever come to this is when Phil got upgraded on one of our flights to America. We were like, where are you going?
Yeah. We used to have Porco Rosso in the books here. not anymore. He used to fly us a few places every now and then. You ever seen that movie?
I haven't, but I know all about it from working at WhatCulture.
Top 5 Studio Ghibli movie, 100%. Let me know what you think of Porco Rosso in the comment section below. But yeah, it's wild. What a silly problem to have. I remember the story about Dwayne training with Gallus, actually, because they gave him a bottle of his, what was it, tequila?
Yes.
Terramana?
Terramana, that sounds about right, yeah.
That's the one.
Was that to share?
I hope they got one each. They probably deserve one each. What was it you were saying earlier?
Oh, yeah, sorry. In addition to this, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he also revealed that in the bit, obviously, they're training for the tag match, the amazing tag match, the main event of night one of WrestleMania 40. So The Rock plays The Rock, obviously. Wolfgang played Roman Reigns, and the Coffey brothers played Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
I love it.
I hope they wore like the full gimmick.
Too.
Don't work in your own gear, work in their gear.
I hope Joe Coffey got a temporary neck tattoo to simulate Cody Rhodes. Can you imagine that?
Right, Wolfgang, you come down, we'll do our spots. 1 second.
Yeah, give me 10 minutes, Chief. I'd love to know if Wolfgang did like promo or anything like that. Socky Hall Street, acknowledge me. Hell yeah.
What coffee in the mirror?
Yeah. What, with a Glaswegian accent somehow. Yeah, they're big Celtic fans, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
The Gallus boys. So fair play. Parkhead, acknowledge me. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's go all in. If you happen to know if the Coffees and Wolfgang did promos and pretended, I don't know, let us know.
Who played Paul Heyman? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Answer me that.
There you go. But Mark Dallas, he came in.
Yes, there you go.
But you can see why they would use Gallus in that role, because they've all been wrestling for like 15 years. They're all very solid.
Yeah.
Nice guys by all accounts.
The Colognes they used to train Taker that year when we saw in that documentary. The Colognes.
Oh.
They used clones.
They cloned Kane. Oh no, we don't need another one of those. That's enough.
Oh boy, that's a whole other kettle of fish today, isn't it?
Yeah, the Colognes again, similar, extremely solid wrestlers.
Exactly.
So yeah, good choices. Right, let's talk about the betting stuff for Money in the Bank.
I've said this all the time. I bloody love Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Every year.
So, Bet Online, which is like the only site that's mental enough to do wrestling betting.
Still can't get over the fact that people still do this.
I think Paddy Power does it here in the UK.
They just only do it for the Rumble.
Yeah. Gamble responsibly. If at all.
Save your money, buy our merch, if anything.
Yeah, there you go. That's not a gamble. Quality.
That's a guaranteed win.
Yeah, quality assured. Right, so let's go over the odds for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match first. Becky Lynch is a huge favourite to win this.
She's winning that, and Bayley's coming back. That's easy.
This is the biggest thing of the night. Minus 2,000 for Becky Lynch to win.
I don't really know what that means, but I assume it means like if you bet 200 quid, you'd get 201 quid back.
Yeah, something mental like that. Lyra is plus 700, so she's not favoured to win that match.
Are they allowed to bet on it?
I don't know.
I've got a pretty decent wage, but also I've put all of my money because I know the result.
Yeah, going into business for yourself, imagine that.
Oh no, I lost.
Yeah, what's going on? Tag team matches, a dead heat. This has, is this possible? I don't think it is. But this site has John Cena and Logan Paul, or no, they wrote Paul Logan.
Who's done this? Hulk Hogan?
Paul Logan.
It's Hulk Hogan doing these betting odds. What's going on?
They have Hulk Hogan.
I'm going to bet on Benjamin Shelton next time.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Come on, guys.
They have Cena, John, and Paul Logan at minus 130.
That is like the most. I'll do the odds putting in. And I have never watched wrestling or seen YouTube in my life. Who's this lad?
Yeah.
Paul Logan, is it?
Paul Logan. So they're the favourites. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Can I guess? Can I guess these?
Yeah, go for it.
My obvious pick for men's is Seth.
Okay, yeah, he's the favourite. Yeah.
Clear favourite.
Yeah, minus 250.
I don't know who's next, though. Penta?
No. LA Knight
is
next. Then El Grande Americano.
Oh, you forgot about him.
Then Penta. Then Solo, and at a distant bottom is Andrade. So
being behind Solo's a bad look, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah, poor Andrade. Is that what he calls himself?
He is now.
Andy Almas. Right. The women's.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go
favorite.
heart over head here because I can't really call that because it's kind of an even spread.
I'm
I
surprised by this one. Put it that way.
I hope it's Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay. It's Naomi.
Oh, I like Naomi as well. Yeah.
Minus 280. Then Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, not Stephanie Perez, Alexa Vaquer, and Julia Bliss. Post nonsense. Yeah, post nonsense. Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, Alexa Bliss, Julia. So there you go.
Yeah, that makes Naomi would be an amazing Money in the Bank holder in my opinion. I think she deserves it with this heel work she's done. And there might be a little bit of backlash if Naomi doesn't win. Vaquer's just one. I think it would be like an amazing rocket strap of like she's here, she's won a qualifier. Oh my God, she's effectively got a title shot whenever she wants it. But Naomi deserves it. Rhea's obviously, if they're just like, who should we give it to? Give it to Rhea. Yeah. Like it's Rhea Ripley at the end of the day.
Rhea Hogan, as some people call her.
Yeah.
Mostly buffoons.
Insane.
Yeah.
Julia's only just got there. I think she's great, but she's not winning Money in the Bank in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the women's, especially. I really like the unpredictability of it all. I could buy any of them winning it.
Yeah, I'd go Vaquer myself, but hey, let's see. Let's see what comes.
I will not be gambling on it, regardless.
No.
I gambled. Last time I gambled was the Champions League final, and I did not bet on a 5-0 victory.
No, I bet on Inter winning just for the crack, and they got pumped.
I bet on Inter actually showing up, and even that didn't come in.
Yeah, she'd bet on.
Was it Martinez? I was like, you going to kick the ball or what?
You want to have a go at this? I don't know. You want to give it a shot? Football sucks, apart from Aberdeen. Yeah.
We're a basketball office right now, aren't we?
That's right. Go Thunder.
Go Pacers.
Yeah, I like SGA. He's a little cheating repro guy. He rules. I love him.
I don't really know anything other than
it's not really cheating,
Halliburton's thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, that's a thing. I just learned it all from sitting next to Hamlet all the time, basically. That's why he's off today. He's just too tired after staying up watching the basketball.
Yeah, he's sick of wrestling.
Anyway.
He hates wrestling.
Tell you who else hates wrestling. Matches, that is. MJF.
Hey.
He alluded to it on Dynamite this week. But what is the backstage opinion of my best friend? Well, on a Fightful Q&A recently, Sean Ross Sapp, God love Sean Ross Sapp, answering all these questions, responding to idiots online.
He's got that Dave in him when it comes to dunking on people.
He's a better man than me.
Yeah. He's better at dunking on people than Dave is.
I did see he kept the receipts from one of the many times, like he obviously fight for report stuff, and eventually it comes true because they're proper journalists.
Top of the game.
And people tweet and being like, "This is wrong," and then when he comes true, he's like, "See, someone the other day did say fair play." And that's the best way to respond.
I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
Take it out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just take it on the chin. Yeah.
Someone wrote to Sean, random thing, but I've always wondered, how is MJF perceived backstage? He doesn't really come off as one of the boys publicly, which is good character work by him. He's forged his own path when it comes to doing business, but I've never heard of anyone not wanting to work with him. The response came from Fightful. It's improved a lot over the last 9 or 10 months. He's worked hard at that. There were times when it wasn't great and the perception of him backstage wasn't great. I think a lot of that comes with being the top singles act, top tag act, and the main guy getting promo time all at once. I mean, he's one of the best all-rounders in the world, in my opinion. So, yes, that will breed contempt within the locker room, but you can't deny, what an asset he is for AEW, and I think people have come to realise that. And maybe let's be perfectly honest, the difficulties that they had when MJF was world champion may have humbled him somewhat. Not enough for some people, but I'm a huge fan of MJF.
Yeah.
And, I can't really speak more on this because I'm privy to a lot of details being his best friend.
Of course, hanging out with him all the time. I think that everybody hates Goliath, and that when you are someone who's booked on top, you always get hate from. It could be from online, it could be from co-workers, it could be anything. So yeah, a lot of it does come with the territory. I have no idea what MJF is like when the cameras stop rolling. You do, obviously. So no idea about what he's like to get on with or anything like that. Haven't got a bloody clue. But yeah, like when you're a top guy and look, it is a shark-filled industry. You have to look out for yourself a lot. You're going to get some people who are like, I don't like this dude. But
I should be in his spot at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not a friends club at the end of the day.
Although, her syndicate is now.
Yeah, they're all, well...
new pals.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to last, that union. I love the Hurt Syndicate. But yeah, look, it's MJF. He's been at the top of AEW basically since he came in. Obviously, the Cody friend and then the feud. Like, that wasn't the main event storyline headlining over the world titles or anything, but it was an extremely important one.
Yeah.
It was a main event storyline. He's been a top guy for 6 years.
He's not someone, you can have really in just sort of mid-card feuds.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, he's had the best feud in AEW history with CM Punk.
Agreed.
You kind of had to put the world title on him. You kind of had to turn him babyface at one point. The way it was handled, I can understand people being frustrated with that, but yeah, he's every time that you think, right, what's he going to do next? He comes along like this Hurt Syndicate stuff, and it's just he smashed it out of the park every time.
You can't have him in your roster and put him in a bloody Ring of Honor undercard feud, right? It would be stupid. It's like a lot of people, younger fans in general, don't understand how pushes are supposed to work these days. That's why we mentioned Rhea Hogan earlier.
Cody gets it. It's ridiculous.
If you want to build someone as a top star, guess what? They have to win a lot.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I know a lot of people grew up on 50-50 booking and nonsense like that, but it's not. That didn't work.
No.
That didn't work. So if you're MJF, you're obviously going to attract a lot of people who are maybe not into your stuff. Or into
he lives the gimmick, doesn't he?
He does. He's probably
flipping off kids at signings.
Yeah, he's probably very aware of this. He probably, you know what? He probably doesn't give a hoot.
No.
Why would you? He's successful, young guy, killing it. You know, why would he give a damn? Why would he care? Anyway,
all the love to MJF as always.
Indeed.
But let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories. And if you're wondering what on earth we were alluding to at the start of the video, oh boy, have I got a news video for you.
Have I got news for you? It's Paul Martin.
Check it out in his lot.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.